What's up, world? Welcome back to Charge the Game podcast, and in this moment we are here to discuss Richard Sherman and his current status with Undisputed. But before I get into that, I want to ask you guys to do me a huge favor. Stop what you guys are doing and hit that like button. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you guys for all the viewership and all the attention that you guys give me in the comment section. It truly does help grow my channel. Thank you so much. Back to the video. Now we know that Richard Sherman has recently departed or has not been seen on Undisputed. It is no secret. Richard Sherman found himself in a little Seattle DUI situation. And for those who were not aware, he pretty much got caught drinking under the influence in Seattle, where police pulled him over. And you would think with a guy of Richard Sherman, doing so much for the city that they probably, wouldn't have made this so public. But hey, everybody has to do their job. And that's exactly what looks like the local authorities did. But I have since then wondered, what is Richard Sherman's current state in Undisputed? Will he be let go? Will he be returning? But I think with this Paul Pierce situation that they may let it breathe a little bit. I don't know what they owe him in contract obligations, but I could see where, Richard Sherman could not be coming back to Undisputed simply because the ratings may just do well without him. But there is a report from NBCS Sports where it pretty much says that since last month's DUI arrest, Richard Sherman vows to return to Undisputed. And I'm assuming that he's vowing or bringing attention to the media. I feel like maybe he just doesn't, maybe he just wants to put it out there like, hey guys, I'm still around. If anybody cares, I'm still here. And I actually like Richard Sherman. I think that on the show he was a little bit of a nuisance. He seems to be an agitator by birth, literally. Like, this guy loves to get under your skin, and I think that he commentates well, except he has very much. He's just a football dude, man. He wants to argue. He's a defensive player. He wants to go at Skip Bayless. And another thing that he does is use a lot of big words that he either does not know or misuse or just make up. And I think that that's not really the best quality for TV. Instead of trying to outsmart or outwit everyone, I prefer you just be yourself. And that's the whole Paul Pierce approach. And that's exactly why he is being brought back. He's must-watch TV. He's fun. He's funny. He brings that joking mentality, throwing jabs at LeBron, throwing jabs at Keyshawn, throwing jabs at Skip Bayless. And he is who he is, man. I see this guy all the time with Kevin Garnett, and it seems like, man, this is just the way he rolls. So I'm curious to see what's going to go on with this whole Richard Sherman situation. But it goes on to say former NFL cornerback and current Amazon and FS1 personality Richard Sherman was arrested last month for the DUI. That's what I just spoke of. He has not appeared on Undisputed since the arrest. And that makes me think, right? Y'all worked before. I've been let go. Certain people, most people, I would say 90% of people have been let go from their careers. And you could kind of just tell like when something is up, or you could tell like if a company is planning to pivot. It just doesn't feel right. And maybe Richard Sherman finds himself in the same situation. I do not know. But I just feel like I think this was his second or third DUI. So obviously he has revisional history with this. And I don't know, man. As of March 13th, he said he will be back, right? It says when football topics are getting hotter, I will be back. To me, I don't get that. I feel like, well, why isn't Keyshawn Johnson gone? You know what I'm saying? I know that Michael Irvin comes in every now and then, but he's a football guy. They still give him play. So why aren't they giving Richard Sherman any type of play? The only thing I could think of is kind of like take leave with pay, which means like sit around until we find out what is the best direction or what processes need to be done for us to mutually agree to work together again or for us to depart. And I think that's what was going to happen to Richard Sherman. I could be wrong, but I just feel like if he was a Shannon Sharp, right, he will be back. It's no other way around it. Regardless of what you do, if you're talented, there's ways around everything, right? Or maybe you could find yourself in a predicament like Paul Pierce. He was let go, but look, he's still back on TV. So the same thing can happen with Richard Sherman. I don't know what's going to happen with obviously Amazon, but hey, you know, if this guy is clean and good to go, I'm quite sure it shouldn't be a problem. I just don't foresee that with Undisputed. But it goes on to say, correct me if I'm wrong, and I often am. By football topics, we are always hot, and they've definitely been hot in the past week with an unprecedented spinning of the quarterback carousel in free agency. And he's right, you know what I'm saying? Like, if football is so hot, like we had the NFL Combine, you see all of these NFL free agent signings, you see the draft process gearing up. Why isn't Richard Sherman in any of these? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes me think maybe within the conflict, maybe within the contract obligations that, you know, this is just something that is okay. But it does say here, actually, guys, it does say here, Sherman reportedly was hired to appear on 50 to 100 Undisputed episodes per year. So I don't know if Richard Sherman is technically within the confines of his contract. I mean, if you think about it, if it's just 50 to 100, then I think, okay, with a little time off, things go down, then he may be okay. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? As I wrap my head around it, still confused. So you guys weigh in with your thoughts, topics, and comments, and let me know like you often do. If there was any value found from this video, I ask you guys to hit that like button for me and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It truly does help. Like always, let me know how you charge the game. Peace.